Well, that's because they honor his outside shot so much. It's like Dirk Nowitzki. He can go by his guys, not because he's so lightning quick, but because you have to get out so far when you have a man that long that can shoot the ball so deep.
Pierce is the first player in the game in double figures. He's got 11.
And this is where the Nets struggle in their half-court sets without Jason Kidd.
Technical foul on Byron Scott. And the foul is on.
It's an illegal defense. 3 seconds. And
3 seconds on Tony Battie of Boston.
And Tony Battie's not happy about it. He's saying that he's guarding. That's what we're talking about, overloading the defense and the strong side.
All right, so they're offsetting. You don't see that very much. Like the T, and then of course it would have been a T and a shot for New Jersey on Boston's three-point defensive violation.
Byron Scott got the call that he wanted.
Yep. There's a foul. It's on Boston. It's inside, away from the ball. As the Celtics will pick it up, it's tagged on Battie, who picks up his first personal foul.
Never ceases to amaze me how after some kind of conflict out on the floor, the officials will make that quick call. Players have got to sense that.
Kerry Kittles lost it as he tried to go inside, out of bounds, off Boston. Shot clock at 9. Second quarter clock at 6:50.
He's going into the briar patch against that Celtic defense, trying to penetrate like that. It's just not going to happen.
Jason's getting a long time to rest.
Aaron Williams again left free to throw it up, and again he misses. He has gone 0 of 5. Boston is +5 on the rebounding tally board tonight. Look at Pierce holding on to that ball and dumping it inside. Battie open again, and where is the interior defense of New Jersey tonight?
On Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Well, they're too short too. I mean, Rodney Rogers is 6'6" or 7, and Aaron Williams is listed at 6'9", but he's not that.
Kenyon Martin doubled into Rogers, contorts his body and forks to the rack, and all 16 net points in this quarter have come from the New Jersey bench.
And a good play by Rodney Rogers to cut without the ball rather than just spotting up and settling for the outside shots against that zone defense that Boston's throwing from the weak side.
Man, how tough a shot was that by Antoine Walker. He's got 6. Fading out of bounds, almost in back of the backboard.
He's got to make some shots.
Yeah.
You know, that's his game. I mean, Antoine scores in a lot of different ways, but they need production out of him.
Jelt pokes it away. And picked off a breakaway for Tony Delk, who makes the steal at one end and the 2 at the other. And Boston, just like that, is up by 3.
And another situation right there where Kenyon Martin does not want to commit a foul later in the game. They don't get that fast break because he makes the foul going for the loose ball right there. But trying to stay out of foul trouble, another opportunity for an easy fast break basket for Boston.
We told you coming in, Boston needs more help from just Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker. They've gotten 10 points tonight from Tony Battie and lead by 3 here in the second.
Filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
Showtime Hollywood Hits.
I'm applying to Stanford.
I didn't get in.
You sent in the wrong transcript?
They can get into college and check me out.
If I talk with the dean of admissions, he's got to let me in. You stay here. I'll be back in 15 minutes with the dean's address.
Hey, cutie.
Orange County, this month only on Showtime. Part of Showtime Unlimited. Add it for $12 or less per month. Call 1-800-DIRECTV to order now.
This month, catch the most intense martial arts event, K1 Battle of the Beast. 8 men enter, 1 man survives. Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View presents K1 Enter the Beast. K1's top North American fighter, Michael McDonald, legendary 6-time world champion Rick Rufus, and Kung Fu superstar Kung Lee. Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View, K1 Enter the Beast. Witness the greatest knockouts in the ring and the toughest fighters in the world, Rick Rufus, Michael McDonald, and Kung Lee. It's K1 Enter the Beast on Direct Ticket Pay-Per-View.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by IBM. Taking business to the next level with e-business on demand. And Miller Lite. Life is best told at a place called Miller Time.
Looks like we got ourselves another situation down here.
One man risks it all to save a town.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
Don't miss Steven Seagal in Fire Down Below. Saturday at 8. One of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
Danny, you've been wanting to talk about this all night long.
Well, one reason why they're shooting the ball so well, Tony Delk doing a good job. They have to honor him, and Batiste and Blunt, the guys that are beneficiaries. They got 12 points already, only 6 total in the first game. So they're not honoring them. Jim O'Brien saw something, and they're making them pay for the lack of respect for the centers of the Celtics.
Well, Jersey's defense is not as good as game one. A lot of times your defense is inspired by how well things are going for you offensively, and they've been struggling to get their fast break going the way they usually do.
Here comes Paul Pierce out there with McCarty, Walker, Delk, and Batiste. Antoine Walker dancing on Rodney Rogers. Rebound by Kenyon Martin out there with newly instated Jason Kidd. Jason Collins back on the floor. Rogers and Jason Collins back in the game with a couple of fouls, and a foul right there. It's on Boston. It's inside, and they put it on Pierce for the first time.
I feel like the Nets are just flat. You know, here it is on their defense. Their percentages are down. But look at the stops, 12 out of 27 possessions. I just don't like their energy. They're giving up too many dunks to the guys that are the non-scorers for the Celtics, the secondary offensive guys. Not near the same intensity.
And Jason Kidd has spent a lot of time sitting on the bench, as was indicated. And I just think most of the things that the Nets will be able to do successful will be triggered around him. Just in that last possession, his coming in the game made a big difference in the fast break.
New Jersey from the free throw line now 5 of 6. Log on to NBA.com or on America Online, keyword NBA, for exclusive 2003 playoff sections featuring live post-game press conferences and more. Of it live on NBA.com. Tony Delk for 2. Rebound lassoed by Pierce, and Boston is +6 in rebounding tonight. And the double-teamed Pierce somehow breaks free, spurts inside for 2. Paul Pierce has got 13.
And he got an offensive rebound. We haven't seen many offensive rebounds by the Celtics so much. We're getting 4 guys back in transition.
I tell you what, Paul Pierce is a great shooter. That's obvious, but he's even more of a great basketball player now.
Collins missing. Tap-in try by Martin. Grabs it, rips it, and tried to jam it. And was fouled inside.
Just
Pierce,
nasty.
along with McCarty in his wake underneath.
Offensive rebound. Here comes the double team. Well, Pierce sees it coming, but not a good angle at all by Collins. Pierce was looking to pass that ball, but it just opened up all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, I got a lay-in.
There's the points in the paint tonight. And Batiste picks up a foul. That is the second on him in this game that has had 6 lead changes and 2 ties. Boston is led by 8. Nets have led by as many as 3.
I just love the way that Kenyon Martin goes to the boards. His attitude about it. He's not going in there for a social at all.
No. Mark Blunt will come in for highly effective Tony Batiste. And with his 10 points, a little word with Jim O'Brien.
Good move by Jim O'Brien. Getting Mark Blunt back in the game. Make sure that Batiste doesn't pick up a silly foul in these last 4 minutes. He's had a great first half.
Well, Blunt has done a great job adding to that defense and not blocking the shots. I think definitely you're right. He's made a contribution.
Both teams now have taken 8 free throw attempts tonight. Here come the Boston Celtics. Most of the game over 50% now at 53% shooting from the floor.
Celtics are very susceptible, I feel, to full court pressure. I just wonder why folks don't try to trap them and press them a lot more and make them really utilize some of the non-handlers.
Intercepted by Jason Kidd on the pass by Paul Pierce, and a hold and a foul. Tony Delk got a hold of him, pulling on the reins, and picks up his first foul of the night.
Well, that's one way to stop the fast break right here when Jason Kidd gets him. Just tackle him. You're going to get a basket right there. Stop him, you know, make him shoot free throws.
Well, see, and that's the thing that you talk about. You talk about the immediate danger, and the immediate danger is Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is a guy that, regardless of what you talk about with the Nets, that you have to jump on real quick and be able to stop him.
That's only 12 assists on 14 field goals, and Jason Kidd has only added 1 assist. You're talking about the #1 man in the NBA in assists this past regular season at 9 a game. Some full court pressure now employed by New Jersey as we're approaching 3.5 to play in the half.
And this is what I was talking about. I definitely think that they have problems in trying to get down when you pressure them, jump switching, trapping, making them react, and different people handle the ball.
15 seconds to shoot. That is off New Jersey.
Smart decision by Byron Scott to go to that pressure, I think. Force the tempo of this game. He wants to get it at a faster pace.
Well, he has more people, too. More depth, and so he can wear down the Celtics because Walker and Pierce are going to have to help in that responsibility of bringing it up.
Pierce with the drive, the subsequent collision into Collins as Dick Bavetta stands between the two and separates him. And Pierce again will go to the line. He is 6 of 7 from the stripe tonight with his game-high 13 points. And the foul goes on Kittles for the first time. As you take a look at Byron Scott, a guy who won 3 championships as the backcourt leader for the Los Angeles Lakers. Magic Johnson and James Worthy and Kareem and the rest of those Hall of Fame players.
Byron Scott was a great basketball player. You know, he sacrificed a lot just because he played with such great players around him.
That is a foul on Kittles, #2. Looked like Pierce just lost his footing. He slips and falls, and it's Kittles with the foul.
Well, this is one of those star fouls. You know, he does a good job of going in right there, but he just slipped. Flat out slip.
That's 2 fouls in 7 seconds on Kerry Kittles. 1-point game. And New Jersey is shooting well below that of the Celtics. A steal. Here come the Nets shooting 39%. Martin spoon feeds Jefferson out to Kittles. And New Jersey reclaims the lead 41-40.
Celtics need to take care of this ball. Obviously, the Nets sense the fact that by pressuring them and trapping them, they force them to make decisions a lot faster. And I don't think the Celtics are a great ball handling team.
Walker's got 6. Working on Martin. And picked up by Kidd. Shoves it ahead to Kittles. Broken up by McCarty. Pulled inside by Jefferson in a foul. Now New Jersey has shifted gears, and they're back in business.
Well, they put in their turbo man, Jason Kidd. They shifted into 5th gear, put him on the court.
You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Hey, bro. How was your day?
Sweet. Cold filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
On the road and stuck trying to get business email in all the wrong places? Get Verizon Wireless Email Access and your data will travel on America's most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now? Good.
For all your company's wireless needs, we mean business. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
The first major advance for the fastest treatment of athlete's foot is Lamisil AT. Lamisil AT is the first non-prescription medicine proven to kill the fungus with just 1 week's use. Not even a prescription can beat that. Lotrimin AF and Tinactin still expect you to treat for 4 weeks. Who's going to do that? When your feet itch and burn, using Lamisil AT 1 week keeps you athlete's foot free 3 months. Lamisil AT. There's no better way to cure athlete's foot.
When you leave this building, you will be endowed with all my powers. All the powers of God.
This Memorial Day, the guy next door
I've never seen the moon that big.
we really shouldn't waste it. Gets his shot at being the man upstairs.
Sam?
Jim Carrey. Bruce Almighty. Rated PG-13. At theaters Friday, May 23rd.
Tomorrow on American Morning, an ugly secret for some girls at a high school near Chicago. I'm Bill Hemmer. 5 teens beaten and humiliated. How could a hazing ritual get so out of hand, and what will happen next? Find out tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern.
Right? We're going to knock these down. Let's go from here, baby. Go from here on the defense. Stay active as hell. Keep my hands on the ball. Right, let's go. Good job.
Well, let's talk about some strategy now, John and Danny, with 2:52 remaining. What about New Jersey, John, as they have recaptured the lead on top by a point?
Well, from listening to Byron Scott, he's trying to whip the horse. He's trying to set the pace up. He wants his team to become aggressive defensively, get out and create a faster tempo, get this crowd involved.
We've got Jefferson at the free throw line. The New Jersey Nets, the number 2 seed Eastern Conference. Atlantic Division champions for the 2nd consecutive season. Jefferson hits. They defeated Milwaukee and Boston. The lowest remaining seed in the NBA playoffs, number 6, and they took care of a higher seed, 3rd seed Indiana in the first round, as Jefferson is the first New Jersey player to get in double figures tonight with 10 points. And a steal, and Collins flushes inside.
And the Celtics are very vulnerable to pressure, very vulnerable.
And now New Jersey's got their biggest lead tonight. Blunt is trapped, is in a straitjacket. No place to run, no place to hide. And New Jersey's defense does it again.
Great move on Byron Scott to step the tempo up and to go after them. Rather than sitting back and letting the Celtics play half court, now he's being very aggressive, as you see. They're trapping, they're stealing, they're creating a faster pace. Looking at it now, they're pressuring the pass. Now look, Jason Kidd comes back and makes the trap.
New Jersey has beaten Boston 7 of the last 8 meetings, going back to last year's Eastern Conference final. And Steve Javy has stopped the clock with 2:32 to play, and he has spotted something as 2 veterans. Steve Javy there on the right. His dad was an NFL official for many years. And this threesome right here is as good as you're going to find in the league. A terrific trio officiating tonight's important game 2 in this Eastern Conference semifinal.
Jim O'Brien likes that discussion. Byron Scott doesn't. He wants to keep going after him. He smells blood now. He wants to go after him.
Well, they were just adjusted 3 seconds off the shot clock was all. Not a big deal. The Celtics haven't run down the clock all that much. Got to be able to get a shot in 17 seconds.
New Jersey is on a 9-0 run in just under 2 minutes of play. Here's Paul Pierce with his 13, grinding inside. Got it again and got it to go.
And that was a design play. He was up in the air, and it was pitch black inside, and he just threw it up off the rim, got it back. He anticipated the rebound.
15 points and 8 rebounds for Pierce.
Boy, is he some player. When this guy's sitting on the bench, it's a total different team. But you can say the same thing about Jason Kidd with the Nets.
Kidd slithering inside. Collins almost got the roll and a foul inside as Boston was trying to put up a defensive wall.
Well, it gets dark right here. He goes up, he's nothing there. He just throws it up off the rim, boxes out. Moses Malone-like.
2 fouls on Mark Blount. Take a look at Paul Pierce. 4 assists, too, John, on top of that 15 and 8.
Well, he does it all, and that's what I said. I usually viewed him as a shooter. Now you've got to look at him as a ball player. He's rebounding, he's stealing balls, you know, he's defending, he's doing a lot of things to help this Celtics team.
Coming up next on TNT, the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers against the Western Conference first seed San Antonio Spurs. Tomorrow night, ESPN, Philly at Detroit, Sacramento at Dallas, and Friday on TNT, New Jersey, Boston. That's where we will be, and San Antonio will go west to the Staples Center. It's all coming up on the national TV schedule for the next couple of days. Collins, 5 points, all in this second quarter. And here comes Paul Pierce, the unstoppable Paul Pierce, who takes it inside again, giving you a different move with every part of his body. A 3-on-2, Kidd, hold on, buckle up, because flight 6 is cleared for landing. What a play! 9 points for Kenyon Martin. And a spectacular assist by New Jersey's Jason Kidd.
And when Jason got the ball, everybody was so concerned about him. Somebody has to go find Richard Jefferson and Kenyon Martin as they're flying down the court and get a body on them. take your eyes off of Jason.
Shot clock will be at a second. Pretty good defense right there.
It's like a defensive back running back the court. You got to guard the receivers.
He's looking left and throws it up there. Picture perfect on the right side.
Oh, it was a spectacular play by Jason Kidd, but where's the defensive backs?
Well, and that's elementary school basketball. You stop the ball, you point to immediate danger, you start to pick up people. You don't just run down.
And there's an alley-oop version by the Boston Celtics as Walter McCarty scores inside for the first time tonight. He's got 2. It's a 5-point New Jersey lead. Kidd around the Martin screen. Little drop pass inside on the pick and roll and picked up by McCarty.
Well, Jim O'Brien put Walter McCarty in a center. He still can't dribble. Holy cow, put a fork in it, Walter.
Boston has turned it over 6 times in the second quarter and 12 times for the game. Richard Jefferson winding up and ripping it down.
You got to form a cone there on defense, so you don't have to go out and guard Kenyon Martin out at the 3-point line.
That's a bad sign, too, because the Celtics were doing that earlier. They were negating all inside scoring. Now you let a guy just drive through and make a dunk like that. That's a dangerous sign of getting tired.
No fouls to give either way, and that is a foul on New Jersey and on Jason Collins, and that is number 3 on the starting center, Collins, who is 2 years out of Stanford.
I'm not so sure about this. It looked like Collins had pretty good position. Williams just lowers his shoulder right in his chest. Collins didn't do anything except try to slide in front. Good aggressive move by Williams, though.
I think it was a foul.
Do you? It was close.
Even if you didn't believe it,
I wouldn't agree with age. That's exactly right.
I've got you read so easily.
You know, I just don't
fall for that stuff.
No, I mean it was a close call, but I don't know what Collins could have done different. He was just trying to slide his feet and stay in front of Williams. Williams did a good job of initiating the contact. That's a good aggressive move. Whichever way the call goes, I like the move by Williams.
We got the Verizon Wireless halftime report on deck from our studios, and Bonzi Wells is in studio from the Portland Trailblazers with EJ, Kenny the Jet, and Sir Charles. An exciting young player. I'll just hear what he says about this first half. A difference on the shot clock and game clock in about 3.5 seconds as we wind down this first half with Danny Ainge, John Thompson, and Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan. And New Jersey has fought back from an 8-point deficit to lead now by 6. They've been up by as many as 7. It's Kittles for 3. Martin, Williams, and they'll tuck it in. That will take us to halftime. Well, Jefferson has put in 12, and he has been consistently scoring throughout the first half. The Nets go on a 15-5 run in the final 4.5 minutes to close out the half. And Cheryl Miller is standing by with this sensational player, Richard Jefferson out of Arizona.
Richard, in the first quarter, it didn't seem that you guys came out with a lot of energy and intensity, but the second quarter, extended the defense, you guys picked it up.
Yeah, we had to pick up our defense. You know, they picked it up, really. You know, they hit some tough shots. Paul Pierce is doing what he always does, gets to the free throw line, but we got accustomed to that, started picking them up full court, and we were successful. You had 0 fast break points in the first quarter. What is Boston doing differently tonight? They're hitting shots. Whenever you hit your shots, it's going to be a lot tougher for us to get out and break. Paul Pierce getting to the free throw line, which is not allowing us to grab the ball and go. You look a lot more comfortable tonight. I'm getting better. Every team, I got to get used to the way they're playing me, and I'm doing a better job in this game. Good luck the second half. Thank you. Kevin?
All right, Cheryl, he's going to go to the Olympic qualifying team. New Jersey comes back with plays like this. Kidd looking one way and tossing it the other for the high-flying Kenyon Martin. And then Richard Jefferson with a sledgehammer to put New Jersey on top, 51-45 at halftime. The emotion is high as New Jersey tries to build a 2-0 lead on Antoine Walker and the Boston Celtics. Earning an exciting Game 2 here in the Meadowlands as we send it to you in our studio. On that, and she is here, front row as always, at the Continental Airlines Arena. For more on that, let's go over to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. And before the game, I spoke to Richard Jefferson, and he said the entire team is extremely upset by the comments. He said you would think Boston would have learned their lesson last year during the playoffs when they were at Boston in Game 3. The crowd began chanting "wife beater." Kidd went on to average a triple-double in that series. They closed Boston out at the Fleet Center. But Jefferson did say there's such a fire in Jason Kidd's eyes. And when Jason raises the bar of his play and elevates his play, he goes, we just follow cue. And just moments ago, I spoke to Jemana, and she said, you know what? I put this entire episode behind me. She says it's an unfortunate situation, and she really does feel bad for Ryan. Let's send it back to you guys.
All right, Cheryl, thank you very much. And Jason Kidd has said, yeah, they've been very high road about it, very first class. Unfortunate both ways, really, for Bob Ryan and for the Kidd family. All right, so New Jersey, guys, fights back from a pretty good-sized deficit in that first half. Single-digit, but at one time 8 points. And here they are, back in the game and on top, 51-45.
Well, and it starts with the fast break, and it starts with Jason Kidd, the igniter of the fast break, the quarterback of the team. Too many easy baskets, only 4 first quarter points off of turnovers, 12 in the second quarter.
All right, we begin the second half. Jason Kidd, Jefferson, Collins, Kittles, and with the ball right now, Kenyon Martin and Jefferson over Walter McCarty. Drills the shot, and now that gives the Nets their biggest lead tonight. Boston out there with Delk, Petit with the ball, Walker, Pierce, and Walter McCarty.
Boston went through a great segment where they concentrate on their defense. They can't have mental lapses now, or the Nets will run them right out of here.
Offensive rebound by Antoine Walker. He tries to wheel inside and spoon feeds Petit.
That's one way of stopping the fast break. Offensive rebounds and dunks.
That was a great pass by Antoine Walker. Nice find in traffic. There were 3 defenders down there in New Jersey, and somehow he weaseled that ball right into the hands of Petit, who's had an excellent offensive performance.
Jefferson again. With Kittles now trying to crank his way in. Collins left uncovered on top, and Collins with a bit of foul trouble, playing with 3 with 7 points.
Well, the Nets have taken off the heat just before they went to the half. On every made basket, they were picking up and being very aggressive defensively.
That's a turnover, and the 13th of the game for the Boston Celtics.
That's just an unforced turnover right there by Delk, but beautiful pass. Excellent job of drawing the double team and finding him with the left hand. Antoine Walker, an excellent passer off the dribble.
Away from the ball, there's a foul, and Antoine Walker was defending Martin, and you know, Martin has just caused Walker all kinds of problems. 28% shooting in the regular season, averaging 15 points a game. I mean, he's really got his number defensively.
Well, because one of the things that Martin does, he's a very confrontational, strategically so player. I think he's under control now, and he's very smart. He gets your attention.
Kittles for 2. You may recall in Game 1 when he launched and buried 3 threes to begin that third quarter.
And you always like to see Kerry Kittles come out and be aggressive and assert himself offensively. A lot of times he allows himself to get lost in the offense.
Here's Pierce. And outside Delk, and that's a big shot by Tony Delk, who has started tonight 4 of 5 from the field. He's got 9 points, and here comes New Jersey the other way. They have gone 3 of 3 to start the second half.
But this is the end of the floor where the Celtics has got to get back to tightening up their defense as they did just then.
You called it, John. Walker and Pierce. Wide open Delk. Can he make it 2 in a row? Yes, sir! Tony Delk rolls in another. He's got 12.
Off of turnovers again. Now Boston's getting a little fast break of their own, giving New Jersey a little bit of their own medicine. What a beautiful play the time before with Paul Pierce. He lost control of the ball and just flat slapped it to Tony Delk for the jumper.
Trying to go inside Jefferson. Nothing there. Steps out of bounds. A Jersey turnover. They've got 7.
Well, looking at this, they're putting pressure. Boston comes over and denies, steal the ball, do something unusual, and that's run. You don't want to get too much in a fast-paced game with these Nets, but they took advantage of a stolen ball there.
Celtics with the ball, shooting 54% from the field. Antoine Walker. Rebound by Kidd.
That's an ugly hook.
It was. Here comes New Jersey. 46% from the floor shooting tonight.
The Nets got so much off of their defense just before the half, but now they're coming back.
Nice shot by Kenyon Martin. And for the game, 11 points, 5 rebounds.
You know, Ken Martin has been a good player since he came into this league, but he just gets better and better and better. That kind of work ethic and that mental toughness, he's going to be a star very soon.
Pierce diving, rolling, holding, cradling, and a jump ball. He moves so many different parts. I don't even know how he can control himself sometimes. And at that time, he somehow was able to reel in that ball and hold it and force a jump. How many guys around him were open? Danny, if you were going to do anything with this Boston team, tinker with it, what would you do, add to it, change, or whatever?
Make a trade for Jason Kidd and Kobe Bryant. Could you do that?
Yeah, you can. Kittles with the shove and a foul. I mean, they put together some nice parts on this ball club.
I think Jim O'Brien's doing a great job with what he has and playing a good system. And, you know, they need a point guard. They need a point guard that can create. Tony Delka's a great scorer and a tough kid and a defender, but I like him coming off the bench or, you know, being a spot-up player more than we've seen what the pressure that New Jersey applies can do.
Paul Pierce with the game-high 17 points for Boston. Kittles and Jefferson left uncovered. Kittles tried to slam it. McCarty gets it on the rebound. And the rebounding, by the way, is even 20 apiece here in the third. Nice move by Pierce, who kicks it outside and nobody home. Sailing out of bounds. Turnover, number 14.
Well, the reason it wasn't anybody home is Batiste is really not an outside shooter. He went to follow as opposed to stand behind the three and get the penetration and pitch.
Kidd. He'll put up a three. And drill it from outside. Jason Kidd, who had a career high from three-point territory this year, 37%. That's his first field goal since halfway through the first quarter of this game.
And those are exchanges that just kill you right there. You have a fast break opportunity, you turn it over, you get nothing out of it, a chance to pull within two, they go down, a little bit lazy on defense, and give up a wide open three.
It's Delk launching a three. Jefferson with the board. Kidd. Oh, he finds an opening. Petit climbing the back. And he wanted the jump ball, but they call foul on Tony. That's number 3 on him.
There's so much pressure being put on the defense by Jason pushing the ball the way he does.
Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, Danny was talking about the improvement of Kenyon Martin. Before the game, he told me that the biggest improvement is that his approach mentally to the game. He said before last year, he just would show up and just really rely on his athleticism. He said, now I'm making sure that I prepare myself mentally, focusing and committing to coach's game plans. He even surprised Coach Scott at one of the practice, sat down next to him and said, Coach, I get it. I now understand how the game is meant to be played, guys.
Well, and he's a player, too, who is going through some personal agony right now. A baby daughter born Saturday, premature at less than 5 pounds. She's still in the hospital, and he is having to contend with that. His wife, or his girlfriend, his fiance, actually, is out of the hospital right now. But that is weighing on his mind, and after every game in this series and the one before, he has been with his fiance and now with his baby daughter.
But he's the kind of guy also that you want to go to war with. I mean, this guy gets out here, mixes it up, he plays hard, he's extremely competitive.
Long rebound, that fits right into what New Jersey likes best as Jefferson trying to get it to go on the fly. And a foul on Boston. That long rebound is something that New Jersey just gobbles up in their transition game.
Well, Boston's working hard to get quality shots, and New Jersey's getting easy opportunities because of the pressure that they're putting on them off the dribble, off the transition, off of turnovers, and off of long missed shots.
Jefferson.
And these are the kind of droughts, you know, we talked about the droughts that Boston has offensively. You just can't afford these droughts because, you know, you could put them down and keep them down like they were in the first half, but all of a sudden, bam, they're going to explode for 10 quick points on you at any time in the fast break. It's like you can slow down the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook for a little while, but before the game's over, that fast break is going to get you.
McCarty just picked up his 3rd foul. They bring in Eric Williams, does the Boston sideline.
Well, and because of the depth of the Nets, you got to be careful about fatigue setting into Boston. Also, they seem to be relying an awful lot right now on Paul Pierce with every possession.
Collins vacuums it in. Here comes Kidd with options on both sides, including Kittles for 3. Kerry Kittles has found his stroke. He is battling a sinus infection. Is Kittles. He struggled with it more on Monday. He said he was better tonight. He's got 10. And the New Jersey Nets have gone 5 of 6, shooting three-point shots tonight, including Kittles' deployment right there. New Jersey's on an 8-0 run, and they've got a 67-55 lead. You're watching the Eastern Conference semifinals on TNT.
Maybe this isn't the best time to say it, but I think you're really beautiful.
Well, I've always been attracted to you too, Paul.
Wait, hold on one sec, babe. Excuse me?
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines for just $39 to $99 each way when you purchase by May 12th.
You are now free to move about the country.
This chick's rocking your bro on the dance floor. But she's towing an anchor, a junior investment banker, who's talking about herself and not much more. Oh, oh. So buy her a beer, it's the reason you're here. Mighty wingman, you're taking one for the team, so your buddy can live the dream. Wingman.
The climb to the top is never easy. To make it, you need the biggest ATV Honda has ever built. 650 cc's, fully independent rear suspension, sport-tuned automatic. The Rincon from Honda. To get here, you've got to be the best on earth.
Reading can take you places you've always dreamed of going. And book by book, the NBA and WNBA are helping children get closer to reaching those dreams.
Them both across the water to a big ship.
The NBA family has created more than 60 reading and learning centers, donating hundreds of thousands of books, and have given children a place where they can gain the tools they need to achieve their dreams. Because when you love to read, you can become anything you want. Be part of the success and read to achieve.
The NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Hyundai. When your car comes with America's best warranty, you win. Hyundai. And Sprite. Obey your thirst.
You might want to lose the suit.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs, are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT, but you can still catch back-to-back episodes of Law & Order tomorrow night at 7 on TNT.
And let's check in with our Jeep game summary. And the field goal shooting about the same. 5 of 6 from above the arc for the Nets. Bench points. Pretty good lead there by New Jersey. Fast break points, probably the biggest surprise right now.
And here comes the pressure again, Kevin. You can expect some more fast break points if the Nets continue to put this kind of pressure on the Celtics.
J.R. Bremer is in. That ball broken up. It's loose and vacuumed in by Kidd. Jefferson at the other end. Richard Jefferson. And New Jersey's got their biggest lead tonight, 69-55.
Celtics have a lot of problems with pressure.
Well, they're just not passing and dribbling the ball. That was a horrendous pass to Paul Pierce coming off the screen.
That is a New Jersey making a Boston foul. It's on Eric Williams. New Jersey has gone 7 of their last 9 from the field, including this right here.
When that ball was loose, they just know Jason's going to get it. Whether it's a rebound, whether it's a loose ball, they just take off.
And the crowd is awakened. Kittles for 2. Kittles has 12, and New Jersey leads it by 16. He's got 7 in the quarter. He's authored 12 for the game. Eric Williams. Walker. Offensive charge. Wipe it away. And here is what's going to strike you on Boston's offense. It is the 8th time they've had a field goal drought of 3 minutes or longer in this series. And that's the 3rd tonight.
And a lot of that has to do with how the Nets are stepping up the tempo, forcing them to play a lot quicker than they want to play.
Intercepted by Blount. We're approaching 5 to play here in the third with Danny Ainge, Cheryl Miller, John Thompson, Kevin Harlan from the Continental Airlines Arena. Bremer.
I'm sorry, you can see the difference right there off the steal of Mark Blount and the New Jersey Nets. When they get a steal, they're looking for, I mean, there was like 3 guys waiting for an outlet pass. In New Jersey, there it is running!
And that was on a made basket.
It's Pierce with the game-high 19. And inside, count the 2. Mark Blount finds it inside.
I even talked over Kevin's opportunity to say he saw a man fly, but against a basket, that is just pitiful transition defense right there after a made basket.
Well, one of the things the Celtics are doing, they're getting back quickly. They put the emphasis on stopping the break, but they're not identifying the immediate danger as they come back. They're not stopping the ball. They aren't spreading out and picking up the wings.
The immediate danger is everywhere. Jason Kidd with the ball. Kenyon Martin on the wing. Kerry Kittle's pulling up from 3. There's immediate danger all over the court when Jason Kidd has the ball in his hands.
Around every corner, up every alley. That's what makes New Jersey so difficult here in the East. The 4th personal foul was just picked up by Kittles, which sent Blount to the line. Kittles had a big third quarter on Monday with 9 points. Tonight he's got 7 in the third. Lucius Harris into Martin, collides with Blount and a turnover.
Hey, Rob Thorne has done a good job of putting this team together, though, in the short time that he's been running this organization.
Antoine Walker. 4:13 to play here in the third. Kenyon Martin was inside and picks up the foul for the New Jersey Nets. He has 3. Biggest lead for New Jersey, 16. Biggest lead for Boston tonight, 8 points.
Kenyon Martin's time to tell the referee that Walker held him. I think Kenyon Martin's probably held every part of Walker's body since he's been out there.
Walker's got 7. 19 from Pierce leads the Boston Celtics, and 17 by Jefferson is now leading the New Jersey Nets. As you take a look at the NBA Commissioner David Stern.
Commissioner seems to be very happy, too.
How does he get so tan?
Because he's got all those trips down to the South to check out the playoff action. He has been around many sites. He's been in, we saw him early in the series in Dallas. We've seen him in Minnesota. He's here in New Jersey.
He got a tanning bed on his private plane flying around the country.
We'll have to ask him that. He's sure happy about those 7-game series in the first round, though. That was a change made at midseason. Kidd, Martin. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. New Jersey trying to go up 2 games to none with plays like that from Kenyon Martin that have been instrumental to New Jersey working out of an 8-point deficit to building a lead at one time of 16 points.
Orlando's not so happy about that new 7-game change.
No, they're not. Blount fights, as does Walker. Boston cannot get it in from point-blank range. And here comes Captain Kidd down the lane. And picked up by Bremer. Racing the other way. Nice defense by New Jersey and out of bounds off of the Nets.
Again, and that's one of the few times the Celtics have tried to counter break or even fast break. Most of the time they'll wait, but that's because of the defensive pressure. They're trying to get away from that pressure by getting out down the court quickly.
Celtics have only hit 3 3-point shots tonight. In contrast, the Nets have gone 5 of 6 from above the arc.
Well, Kidd's trying to go. They're not on. They're respecting the pass. Good job by Eric Williams moving in there. Right here, Antoine Walker. 3 guys coming all around him.
Blount just picked up his 3rd foul for Boston.
Too bad by Walker. Good move, and then he got a second opportunity. Those are shots he normally makes.
Martin with the Collins screen. Rebound by Pierce. 18 Boston turnovers. They've had 6 turnovers in every quarter tonight. All 3 of them. Here comes Pierce.
This is a similar situation in Game 3. They got behind 11, and Pierce made a nice little run to get him right back in the game.
Bremer launching a 3, and Martin tried to save it. His momentum carries him out of bounds.
The problem with Boston is they don't have a point guard that can penetrate, pull the defense off of Pierce and get him the easy shot that he's getting other pieces.
Kind of what Kenny Anderson did last year.
That's exactly what Kenny Anderson did last year.
73-61, New Jersey on top with 2:49 in the third.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Mom, Dad, we're here.
Oh, great.
Oh.
The Hyundai Sonata with America's best warranty.
Boy, am I hungry.
When life keeps getting better, you win.
You can be fast, or you can be strong. Or you can find a way to be both. What's my thirst? Doing whatever it takes.
It's about that time.
What's yours?
It's about that time.
Saturday and every Saturday, new hit movies premiere only on Stars. Premiering this Saturday.
My twin brother was CIA.
Let me tell.
Isn't this fun?
There's a bomb in the backseat. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna die.
Get the bomb, I'll cover you.
Why don't you get the bomb and I'll cover you?
Bad Company. Premiering this Saturday on Stars. Stars is one of 12 distinct channels in the Stars Super Pack on DirecTV.
Want the most entertainment choices at home?
Wow.
The Total Choice Premier Package from DirecTV delivers over 185 channels of the best we have to offer.
Really?
Including all of our premium services, HBO, Stars, Showtime, Cinemax, and Sports Pack. It's more movies, more original programming, more sports, more of everything at a great value. Total Choice Premier puts the maximum choice in your hands. Visit DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV and order today.
After our game here in the New Jersey Meadowlands, we'll take you down to the heart of Texas, where the San Antonio Spurs up 1-0 over the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. It's next, the Lakers and Spurs exclusively on TNT with Duncan Ginobili and Robinson. What do you guys think? Does Los Angeles tie the series?
I think they stirred up the Hornets' nest. The Lakers will be a little bit angry tonight. It'll be a tough game. Oh, I can't wait to get back and watch that game.
After you buy us dinner. Here comes Walker. Right?
That'll be the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Eric Williams inside, grinding on Collins, and comes with a much-needed 2 in a 10-point game.
And that's a lot more of what the Celtics need. You asked what they need before. They need an interior scorer as well, because to go with some of those jump shooters that they have outside. Williams is probably the most effective right now.
Here's Kidd. Move on Bremer and kicks it out to Lucius Harris. Back to Kidd, who's got 8 points, and now he's got 11 as he laces a three-point shot. He's got 6 assists and 4 rebounds. He's got 7 in this third quarter.
Ever since Jason came out after that long sit in the second quarter, he has had a different look. He's had that championship look on his face.
Great pass. Paul Pierce rejected by Kenyon Martin and knocked away by Williams from Kidd's dribble. Walker for 3. Air ball. May have been, I don't know what it was. Here comes Kidd. Scoops it in.
Holy cow.
Jason Kidd with 13 points, and he has done it every way tonight.
What a contrast in transition. The Celtics are walking with 4 guys coming across half-court late, and the Nets are flying down court.
Walker with 7 points for Boston. Pierce with a game-high 19. Out to Bremer for 3. Good! J.R. Bremer.
Another beautiful play by Pierce. 8 assists for Pierce in the game, 9 rebounds, 19 points. He's doing everything. Block shot. He's playing good defense, passing the ball, getting opportunities for his teammates. Now they need Walker, the other tandem, to start creating. He didn't have to score.
Kidd has scored 3 consecutive trips down the floor. 15 points for Jason Kidd in 24 minutes. What did you say, Danny, a couple nights ago? He scores when he wants to, when it's needed.
He feels the game out, and when they feels like they need it, right now he feels that he can just go at the juggler right here and win this game.
Here they come, Pierce. Harris held by Bremer, picked up by McCarty, back to Walker, balanced the other way, and Bremer deploys the 3. Rebound by Collins.
Well, this pace is to the liking, definitely, of the Nets. The Celtics definitely need some more penetration, need some more inside scoring. Somebody's got to lend a hand other than Paul Pierce.
14-point New Jersey lead. Kidd again. Harris, great fake. May have been deflected. Kidd puts it in. 4 consecutive baskets for Jason Kidd.
Jason averaged a triple-double last year against his Celtic team. He had a subpar game for his standards in game 1, although I thought he played excellent, particularly in the 4th quarter. And like I said, from the middle of the 2nd quarter on, he has been spectacular.
Jump ball, 9 points in a row. He may be the greatest fast break in the NBA.
Look at that, 4 seconds all the way from end to end through the entire defense. Jumps to avoid the charge. What a player. What heart.
He's a mean fella.
Wow.
I mean, look at the intensity and the expression on his face. But he needs to be mean. I mean, just look at the intensity. I mean, Jason Kidd is always about business, and he backs it up with extraordinary hustle.
And it's hard to believe he was number 9 in MVP voting.
That's ridiculous.
Number 9. Can you believe that?
They need to do an audit on that voting. That's ridiculous.
The mesmerizing performance of Jason Kidd. 9 straight points, 17 for the game, and New Jersey, led by Kidd, shooting 65% from the field in that quarter. It's come down to crunch time for Boston. They're staring eye to eye with being down in this series 2-0.
All together in sync, so competitive. Brothers to the core, we late, don't forget it. In bad times and good, friend or foe. If life's a game you play, then I'm 1 for 0. All day in the dirt, my sweat's my paycheck. We're brothers to the core. It's like 1 for all, if one should fall. We tight despite the weather and fight for one cause. We're brothers to the core, so please believe me. Never forfeit the game, my team needs me. No one ever said success would come easy, but that's when my friends step in with LOVE.
They out there with the fun out there. We gonna hit out there with nothing to fear. Tear up the spot, get hot to make it rock. Always start here with the clear. Number 1, you gotta get with your real ones. 2, what you do is pop a couple of clear ones. Number 3, call up a breezy. 4, on the floor, maintain the high score. 5, feeling alive, we jump into the ride, which brings us to 6 at the venue in the mix. They out there with the fun out there, make it last out there. Always start with the clear.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's a plant menagerie, a fireworks show that lasts all year long, a place filled with ideas and supplies to make them grow. It's our 1-year plant guarantee, so it doesn't matter what color your thumb is. It's baskets of flowers and bushels of plants. It's the guaranteed low price every day to make every dollar work. It's where the garden in your dreams becomes the garden in your backyard. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
I told you she had a boyfriend.
The Hyundai Tiburon, with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. When you can be counted on, you win.
Word has it someone here's trying to make a collect call. Calm down, people. All you gotta do is dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, cheap for them.
When
do you say we get up out of here and go hit a disco? Or not.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
There's nothing like a June wedding.
Our son and daughter are going to be married.
To bring out the best in family.
He's a rogue agent.
We had crazy sex.
The In-Laws, rated PG-13. Sneak preview this Saturday.
What's good?
Sam? Subway's new Italian urban cheese. The taste will bring you to your knees. Great bread makes a sandwich a true taste delight. You'll see for yourself with just one bite.
Subway, eat fresh.
The Continental Airlines Arena is filled tonight for Game 2 Eastern Conference semifinals. The New Jersey Nets have not disappointed the home crowd. Up 82-66. Right now, here is Lamisille's Lessons in Footwork. And Jason Kidd is the teacher.
Look at Jason. He sees everybody all over the court. He knows where everybody is offensive, defense, and just weaves right there. Like a Walter McCarty must have closed his eyes and let it weave right through him.
Walter McCarty and 3 other guys. He split 4 that time.
Here comes Boston out there with Pierce, Delk, Tony Battie, Antoine Walker, and Walter McCarty. Boston's field goal percentage has declined every quarter, 53% to 50%. 35% in that third. Now they're shooting for the game 45% from the floor as Pierce tried to jet that pass inside and knocked away. And a New Jersey foul. It's on Anthony Johnson, who's out there with Rodney Rogers, Kenyon Martin, Lucius Harris, Aaron Williams out there.
It all started with this defensive pressure. The defensive pressure got the team just in a more aggressive mode and tried to do anything they could to get in the open court and speed up the tempo of the game.
Well, the Celtics haven't been on sync ever since they started trapping, pressing, disrupting them, because the Celtics want to play at such a slow pace right now, and the Nets are really not letting them do that. Jason Kidd then becomes extraordinarily valuable because off of stolen balls, he's dangerous.
Tony Battie with a career playoff high of 13 points, so they've gotten the performance from him. But guys, the arrow and the onus is strictly on Antoine Walker, who has put in a low 7 points in 33 minutes. 3 of 13 shooting.
Well, he continues to struggle against this New Jersey team offensively, and they need some offensive production. I mean, he's not playing bad in a floor game. He just is not scoring points, and they need him to. And Battie is the beneficiary. Walter McCarty had such a good game 1 that they've paid more attention to him, and now Battie and Blunt both are open.
All Pierce, fourth quarter, they're down. He's got 21 points, and the deficit 82-69.
Well, the Celtics are trying to extend the defense a little bit, but they're very reluctant. And the interesting thing is they're not an extraordinarily big team, and they're afraid to press. They're afraid to run out on the break.
Harris with the shot clock down to 8. Go inside, still alive. Harris with the shot clock at 4, working on Pierce.
Coach, I think they just don't have the kind of personnel that runs at that point guard that you talked about. I mean, it's like New Jersey right now. They won't run near as well with that substitution of point guard. But
Tony Delk left 3 to 5, and a foul. It goes on Anthony Johnson. Second on him.
Well, and you've got to wonder, in watching him struggle, that Antoine Walker, whether he's got something physically wrong with him, because you see the field goal percentage, that 3-point shooting percentage, and you look at game 1, you look at game 2, he's been virtually a no-show. And I don't think it's because he's not putting forth the effort. I watched him before the game, and he did an extraordinary large amount of stretching, so I've got to wonder what his physical condition is like right now, Dan.
No question, and you wonder just how much Kenyon Martin might be inside his head. I know Kenyon Martin would be inside my head.
Everybody, you got a lot of voices speaking to you. You got to watch out what you say.
I don't even need anybody inside my head.
You got nothing in your head.
I did not want to comment on that.
3 to shoot for Kenyon Martin. Rebound inside, claimed by Walker as a couple players, namely Rogers and McCarty, go sprawling on the floor. And McCarty, with Rogers right there, can't shoot the 3.
Walker doesn't have a lot of lateral movement. He's got better lateral movement than that. He's definitely got some kind of ailment.
Pierce, what a fake by Paul Pierce. Pierce.
And he makes you ail.
Wow, 23, a game high for Pierce. And it is in single digits now, the deficit for the Boston Celtics. Boston on a 7-0 run.
This is against a box-and-one defense right here. Look at that. They're playing free safety on him. 3 guys around there. That is awful defense, but what a spectacular play against 3. But he should get 6 points for that basket.
Where would Boston be without Pierce?
They would be totally demoralized because everybody else is but he.
There's only 2 ugly people in the world, and your mama's both of them.
You know, your mama's so fat, she stepped on the dollar and made change.
I heard your mama's so ugly, she robbed the bank with no gun, just stuck her head over the counter and say, put that money in that bag. Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up.
Timing was a little off.
Oh, timing was a little off. Timing is way off.
You're not funny.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
To my oldest son, I leave the chateau on the French Riviera. To my only daughter, the Manhattan penthouse. To my youngest son, I bequeath 150 acres of uninhabitable swampland.
Terrible.
Yes!
With its amazing four-wheel drive capabilities, Jeep Grand Cherokee can make even the most unappealing terrain a lot more desirable.
Looks like we got ourselves another situation down here.
One man risks it all to save a town.
Tell your boss I'm coming to get him.
Don't miss Steven Seagal in Fire Down Below. Saturday at 8, one of the Saturday night new classics on TNT.
The Outdoor Life Network cordially invites you to the nastiest, most inhospitable place on Earth. For the last 4 months, the global extremists have crisscrossed the planet to reach their ultimate challenge. This month, the final 5 athletes have a chance to summit Mount Everest, and OLN will bring it to you live. Global Extremes Mount Everest, Forerunners of Adventure, presented by Toyota. Date and time based on weather. Watch OLN for summit updates. DirecTV Channel 608.
Our focus, we want to get these 2 games at home, keep our home court advantage, and that's all the momentum, that's all the motivation we need.
Concern is always high. You know, it's you know, our focus is very sharp right now, as it is in every playoff series that we've been in, even in the past years. You know, it's playing for high stakes, so this year's no different.
The sensational matchup, Game 2, Lakers and Spurs, coming up next, right here on TNT with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson, NBA All-Star and champion Danny Ainge, and the greatest woman ever to play basketball, Cheryl Miller. This is Kevin Harlan here at the Continental Airlines Arena.
I thought you were going to say Cheryl Swoops.
No, Cheryl Miller.
I'm glad Cheryl's mic is cut off.
Here comes Harris over Pierce, and now 7 consecutive misses by New Jersey.
Cheryl only gets mad if I bring up Nancy Lieberman, and then she really gets mad.
She should get mad.
You see the Celtics experiencing a little bit of frustration right now, particularly everybody but Paul Pierce.
Pierce dials up McCarty, who finds Delk for 3. McCarty with the offensive rebound, which has been pretty even tonight, actually, between these 2 teams.
Well, it's a miracle that they get an offensive rebound. You saw 4 of the Celtics down back here on defense when that 3-point shot went up.
Johnson gets his 3rd foul.
Oh my gosh, you just see the fast breaks, and they've given up 25 points off of turnovers on top of that, and you know, you just can't win. That's more than in game 1, and now Jason Kidd's back in.
They said offensive rebounding about the same. It is 10 apiece. 3 outside by Tony Delk, who is feeling it tonight. 17 points and 6 of 10 from the field, but he's put in all kinds of 3-point shots tonight for the Boston Celtics, 3 of them.
Well, from 16 down to 6.
And a foul blown by Jimmy Clark at the other end of the floor and the other side of the court.
Now that'll stop a fast break.
Boy, actually, it definitely will.
The Nets have got to be real careful right here because the Celtics are a 3-point shooting team. The Nets have gotten a little stagnant right in there. They've got to create a lot more atmosphere, a lot more tempo. be very careful because it's a lot of time in this game.
And Jim O'Brien is very upset because he steals an inadvertent whistle, and they took away the fast break opportunity from the Boston Celtics. They don't get very many fast break opportunities.
That's what it is, an inadvertent whistle. And here comes Boston the other way. And for the game, the Celtics shooting 47%. New Jersey shooting 45% from the floor.
Great play coming out of a timeout, though.
Petit, as he continues his career playoff night, 15 points and a couple rebounds. New Jersey had a big lead of 16 and 82-66. Boston is on a 12-0 run over the last 3 minutes, and they've cut that lead of New Jersey down to 4.
And Paul Pierce with his 10th assist does a great job. Good patience. Ball fake over the top, finds Petit wide open under the basket.
Paul Pierce with his 21st double-double.
And they're playing that zone. Here they come, strong side, overloading. Rodney Rogers stuck in between. He's got the three-point shooter and Petit to cover on the weak side. Good ball fake by Pierce.
By the way, John, those 10 assists, a career playoff high for Paul Pierce.
Well, and he's doing everything for the team. He's the only one that didn't seem to get demoralized. And now, because of the lackadaisical attitude in this little short span of the Nets, the Celtics seem to be rejuvenated.
Good play by Jim O'Brien coming out of the timeout, guys. I mean, right when they were struggling, Tony Delk, a diagram play designed to get him that three. Tony Delk knocks it down.
One more note, Pierce is 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. He's got 9 rebounds right now. His kid finds an open Richard Jefferson. Rebound by Tony Petit, his 3rd tonight.
Petit and Blunt both put in a day's work, I think, for the Celtics. They don't mind going to the board and getting involved in the banging.
Jefferson with the rebound. Here comes Jason Kidd. Lucius Harris for 2. Rebound by Pierce.
Triple-double.
He's got the triple-double as he goes corkscrewing inside. And a foul. Jason Kidd was reaching in. Lucius Harris was defending as well, and Harris picks up his 3rd.
You could just see the difference. I mean, when New Jersey was on their run, you could see the body language of the Celtics. Now all of a sudden you see the body language of the Celtics, and New Jersey struggling a little bit. A definite game of streaks and momentum going on right here.
You see, in this game, so much is about focus and consistency of focus. Definitely, I think the Nets started to celebrate. They got happy. The crowd got involved, and then they went through that little lull. The only guy on the Celtics that I think was not demoralized is this young man that's shooting free throws right here.
Paul Pierce, a game-high 25, a 14-0 Boston run. As New Jersey, Danny, has gone 0 of 8 from the floor in this quarter.
Well, and you got to wonder, too, you know, you got a 16-point lead. Jason Kidd's playing like a madman. Why take him out? Why not finish the game? When you took him out, the whole momentum changed completely. I know that that's the pattern and the tendency, but this is the playoffs.
And that's Jason Kidd.
Well said. That's all you can say. A Boston foul. It's inside, and they put it on Walker for the 2nd time.
Well, and you got the Celtics scrambling. I mean, they're running all over. They're giving a lot of help. They seem to be a lot more active right now, you know, than they were before, because they did go through that span where they were very much asleep. They played early in the ballgame. They had great team help defense. They had great closure in the middle.
That free throw there by Jefferson, the first 4th quarter points by the New Jersey Nets. Jefferson once again. And he has put in a New Jersey high 19. 13 from Martin, 17 from Kidd.
You know, we also see, Coach, that the defensive intensity has been turned off by New Jersey. Nowhere near the kind of pressure they were putting when they were starting to run in the full court.
Ripped away by Kenyon Martin. Here comes Jason Kidd. 20 Boston turnovers. Kidd for 2. Delk with the rebound. And Boston is +4 in rebounding tonight. They were -14 in game 1. McCarty thought about 3. Pierce hounded by Kidd. Delk mismatch on Martin. Right into him as Kittles knocks it away. Shot clock at 6. Petit for 3. Rebound by Kenyon Martin.
They wanted him to have that shot. I realized the clock was going down, but that's a great guy to have shoot it when the clock's going down.
Well, why not shoot it from the top of the key? Why would you backpedal when you can't shoot a 3?
Slapped away by McCarty. Vacuumed in by Kidd, who somehow gets it off to Martin and is fouled on the play.
What a great play.
That's a foul on Petit for the 4th time.
And we see Pierce going there. He's backing down. Richard Jefferson thinks he can split the trap because it's not a great angle, but Martin's so aggressive with his hands. And Kidd, he goes down on the ground right here, saves it from going out of bounds, goes after it again, finds it creatively, rolls it, playing marbles down there.
To just have presence of mind to go for a loose ball like that, but yet still be able to identify a receiver while you're going for a loose ball is not as easy as it looks.
Free throw shooting tonight. Both teams have missed 4 from the line. 16 of 20 for the Nets. 15 of 19 for the visiting Celtics.
Both defenses have to be focused on their stars right now. If you're the Celtics, you've got to be cognizant of where Jason Kidd. If you are not the Celtics, you've got to be very conscious of where Paul Pierce is, because this is where these guys get their salaries, right at this time of the game and this time of the playoffs.
Martin again.
Well, 5 points with 6.5 minutes to go. Jim O'Brien has decided to go with his offensive unit. Spread the floor, put his 5 best offensive guys on the court.
But T is the only one, John, for Boston in foul trouble with 4. Kittles has 4 for New Jersey. Those are the players to watch for both sides.
That's his offensive unit right there.
Yep.
Just went through the middle.
Pierce. Kidd. And a whistle away from the ball. And it's called on McCarty for a trip as they were going down court.
Well, and Pierce is trying to do a lot right now. I mean, that was a play. He's been very successful here in the second half, but right now they're playing that box and one zone where they're just sitting having a rover, just waiting for him to attack him whenever he gets by the man pressuring him from the outside.
New Jersey with the foul. And that goes on Martin, who's got 4. And now the drought from the field for the Nets has extended over 6 minutes with nothing to show for it, yet they still lead by 5.
They've got to force the tempo, though, Kevin. The Nets don't want to play a half-court game with the Celtics right now. They can't play so fast that they're throwing up ridiculous shots, but they don't want to just sit back and be passive.
Eric Williams working on Collins and finds 2 the hard way, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, you got a 6'5" center out there for the Celtics. He's their best low post threat right there. He's going against a 7-foot Collins twin.
There's Kittles. Quickly converged upon by Walter McCarty. Jefferson rounds inside. Triple teamed is Collins. Draped with Green inside.
I'm amazed they tried to throw the ball to Collins in that situation. But Collins, he's really developed into a nice player.
Pierce has his 2nd foul. The Boston Celtics, as you can see, on a 16-3 run, fueled by Paul Pierce's 25. Tony Delk has 17. They've gotten scoring from other places. And the Celtics make it a 3-point ball game.
Well, that ain't no shot. No, that's a crime.
They're ready for the NBA playoffs, are you? The NBA playoffs are on TNT, but you can still catch back-to-back episodes of Law & Order tomorrow night at 7 on TNT.
Are you a real fan? Want to go to the playoffs? Who's going to win it all?
Here, baseline drop.
Looking for some playoff gear? Having fun yet? Need a score? Want the inside scoop? Then log on to NBA.com and be a part of the 2003 NBA playoffs. For polls and chats, log on to NBA.com or America Online keyword NBA.com.
NBA.com, right?
Experience the NBA online. NBA.com.
Oh, but you're so cute, they say. Oh, but you're so smart, they say. Oh, but you're so sweet. Oh, stop. Because I put down the top to my Jeep Wrangler and I drive along the curves of the park, color filling my face, sun filling my eyes. Alone? Yeah. Lonely? Nuh-uh. Jeep. Understand?
What if God granted you his power? This Memorial Day,
Sam?
Jim Carrey is Bruce Almighty.
I swear my boobs are bigger.
Rated PG-13 at theaters May 23rd.
Jim Brewer here, gonna show you how the new Right Guard Extreme Power Caps work. Let's say these guys represent odor, and the balls my friend has represent the Power Caps. Power Caps destroy odors on contact. Get extreme, get Right Guard.
They say you don't know what you want. That you have to get your act together. That it's time to find a direction in your life. And they say that you should find somebody. Oh, yeah? Who's this? What's most important is being you. Budweiser, true.
We are back in New Jersey. Time now for Budweiser's presentation of Danny Ainge's Caught My Eye.
Thanks, Kevin. Round 2, things catching my eye. Dallas will soon be importing Detroit's lights-out defense in hopes of stopping Sacramento. Manu Ginobili, see. Critical ankle rehabilitation going on in Lakerland and Pistonville, ouch. Make sure Matchbox 20 get front row seats after moving their shows to help 2 arenas. Finally, did you see the headlines? Dynasty crumbling? Don't let Shaq and Kobe read it.
And of course, the Michael Jordan story from today. A lot of things going on in the NBA. Here we begin with 5.5 to play in the game. Collins on top. Shot clock is at 3. Jefferson's going to have to fire. He does over Eric Williams and gets it. Oh, what a pressure shot by Richard Jefferson. One of the few that have been made in this fourth quarter. That was a field goal drought of 6 minutes and 46 seconds by New Jersey with nothing from the floor.
Richard Jefferson's come a long way. There was no hesitation with that shot.
It's Antoine Walker with 7, 3 of 13 shooting, 3 of 14. Another horrible performance from Walker as Kidd comes charging the other way.
Jefferson did a great job of stopping Paul Pierce from getting the ball that possession, which forced Walker to shoot.
5-point game. Kidd into McCarty, boxes off him, open. It's Kittles. Harry Kittles. And a timeout taken by Boston as the Nets have built their lead back to 8. Harry Kittles has been terrific in the second halves of both these first 2 games in the Eastern Conference Final.
And big shots. Carey's not putting up a lot of numbers because he's the 4th or 5th option on the offense, but the timing of his shots is enormous. Good no-look pass by Kevin. Just drew Paul Pierce, so he just couldn't get there to contest. Richard Jefferson, no hesitation. He sees how they're playing it, defending the drive, making him to shoot it from the outside, and great confidence.
There's only 2 ugly people in the world, and your mama's both of them.
You know, your mama's so fat, she stepped on the dollar and made change.
I heard your mama's so ugly, she robbed the bank with no gun, just stuck her head over the counter and said, "Put that money in that bag." Stick 'em up. Stick 'em up. Timing was a little off. Oh, timing was a little off. Timing was way off. You're not funny.
Tell it over a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Like sourdough bread, burgers just taste better cooked over an open fire. This burger is so juicy.
The sourdough bacon cheeseburger is back at Burger King. A 1/4 pound of beef, Swiss cheese, and 4 strips of bacon served on buttery toasted sourdough bread. Only back for a limited time.
The power is in your hands. The Wagner Wide Shot Power Painter. Professional results in about 1/3 of the time. The one and only Wagner Power Painter. For guys who like to run wide open.
Did you want to see some brochures?
Is he nice Greek boy? No!
You're cordially invited to meet the in-laws.
If you hurt her, I'll kill you and make it look like an accident.
Hey, Ian, we're gonna kill you.
Behold the bride.
It's a mosquito bite.
It's a zit.
Get down with the girls.
She's a rabbit! Oh!
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Order it now on Blockbuster pay-per-view movies.
Mike Sullivan is about to go to war.
I'd like you to turn a blind eye to what I have to do.
Against those in power.
You rule this town as God rules the earth.
Now, there's no turning back. Road to Perdition is the best crime drama since The Godfather. Tom Hanks, Paul Newman, Jude Law, from the director of American Beauty, Road to Perdition.
Order it now on Blockbuster pay-per-view movies.
Playoff basketball, it's different than the regular season.
Over 40 games in 40 nights. TNT, exclusive home of the NBA Western Conference Finals. Win or go home. The drama of the NBA playoffs continues on TNT.
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 The semifinals playoff schedule. Game 2 next from San Antonio. The top-seeded Spurs against the defending champion Lakers. Tomorrow, ESPN. Game 2 doubleheader. The Sixers at the Pistons. The Kings at the Mavericks. TNT Friday. New Jersey at Boston. San Antonio at Lakers. Game 3. And here we go with Walker, Delk, McCarty, Pierce, and Eric Williams with the ball on the floor for Boston. The Celtics are shooting 46%. It's into Pierce with a game-high 25. Dancing on Jefferson, who provided great defense in game 1, and a foul called on Jefferson, who got between Pierce and the rack. And that's the first on Jefferson.
Both teams have made excellent runs in this game, but Pierce right there, it's surprising that they're not really putting the pressure on him and forcing him to do something different. Good offensive execution by Pierce right there, Coach. You can't defend the drive and contest his mid-range jump shot.
Well, I agree with you 100%. I was really surprised at how much space and time he had right there, because at this point of the game, you don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar in basketball to understand that Paul Pierce is going to dominate the ball and Jason Kidd is going to dominate the ball. You've got to disrupt both of those guys in what they do well as much as you can. Again, Pierce with that triple-double tonight. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He's got 8 points in this fourth quarter with Kidd. Finding Jefferson. He's out there with Martin, Kittles, and Jason Collins. Good move by Jefferson to get 3. A lot of confidence, a lot of confidence.
That's scary. Richard Jefferson is getting better all the time. Yes. We talked about Kenyon Martin. Kerry Kittles really having a great playoff series.
Williams inside. Kidd latches onto the loose ball. There may not be a better rebounding guard in the NBA than Jason Kidd. And look at him fly the other way. And Pierce goes down holding his right ankle.
Oh, no.
And that is something that Boston cannot afford. But he is down, as you can see.
What is it with these ankle injuries in the playoffs?
We saw Devin George on Monday for the Lakers. There's a hard charge the other way.
Ooh, you could see him kind of torque his whole body right there. That means his weight coming out right here. He got undercut. Oh, right there. Oh, ouch. Man. Oh, my gosh.
Watch Jefferson.
He's just so confident. Good find. Pierce goes by him. They got to defend Kittles, but he just rises up over Walton McCarty, 3 inches taller. So much confidence.
With no reluctance, and that was the thing that was so positive about it. He went aggressively on that shot.
Nice hand here in the sold-out Continental Airlines Arena for Paul Pierce. He was trying to gain some regularity with that walk.
Seems to be bearing weight on it, though, Kevin, and that's a good sign. He's probably going to be sore after a lot more than he is going to be right now.
Well, we just saw Danny's caught my eye. You know, Devin George in Los Angeles, Chauncey Billups with Detroit with these ankles, and here's Jason Kidd at the free throw line.
Paul Pierce is a warrior, though. You know, you look at this guy, and I've just got so much more respect for him, and I had a lot anyway, for how he plays the game. I mean, it's not just somebody that you spray perfume on and doing all the easy things. He's getting involved in it.
Oh,
gosh, that is so painful.
You know what? I've had those so many times. I mean, I seriously get physically sick. They kept showing them on the replays last night in the game. So could we quit showing that replay again before I get sick? But Pierce is a warrior. Look at him out there playing. He's quick recovery. Those young legs are sweet.
Both teams shooting 46% from the floor for the game. Pierce.
Isn't it amazing how when he catches the ball, that newfound energy he finds on it?
McCarty missing a 3. Here comes Jason Kidd. Intercepted by Paul Pierce. And bad ankle and all. Hobbling the other way. Taking it inside and wrapped by Kenyon Martin. Did he carry the ball? That's not the call. It's a foul against Kmart.
He's just gutting it out right now. We saw a game in Portland earlier, guys. Remember, we didn't think he was going to play, and he came out and had about 37 and beat a tough Portland Trailblazer team.
Martin's got 5. He is a tough kid. He has paid more free throws and attempted more free throws than any other single player, not only in the regular season, but in the postseason as well.
and pay the price for it. Anytime you shoot a lot of free throws, you've got to give up your body. And that's the thing that you've got to be very impressed with. And when he goes in there, he's not ducking the contact, he's seeking contact.
That jersey he wears at Celtic number 34, the #1 selling jersey in the NBA. Fans across the country and around the world. 9-point game, approaching 3 to play in it. 3-point shooting, the Nets are 7 of 9. They've been great above the arc. Into Jefferson. He has brought everybody out of their chair and taken their breath away once again. Jefferson with 25.
A nice play by Kerry Kittles. I like the way, they're all making good plays now. Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, as Walker just continues to struggle.
Kidd quickly the other way. Jefferson. Rebound by Antoine Walker. 42 minutes, 9 rebounds, 7 points, 3 of 15.
Walker's struggling because he's got something physically wrong with him. I've seen him play too much. He definitely is restricted.
There's a New Jersey foul.
Good pass by Kittles right there. Again, the penetration just sets him up. Jefferson, what a beautiful athlete.
Collins has 4 fouls now. Look at this. Wow. That is so fun to watch.
I used to be able to do that.
In your dreams.
On a trampoline.
There's Paul Pierce, who is 11 of 13 from the free throw line tonight with his triple-double. Let's talk about Antoine Walker just a minute. He has missed his last 9 shots for Boston. He has not scored from the field since the 5:57 mark in the second quarter.
And he's got something wrong with him. I mean, I've seen Antoine Walker play too much. This guy physically is very limited, and you can tell how he's favoring it. Most of the shots he's getting no lift off of. He's got sore legs. Something is definitely wrong with him.
Kidd, Martin. Rebound inside Collins, couldn't get it. Banged inside by Walker.
And this has been the tough time. When they got down by 8, the Celtics, they needed to pick up their defense, but they have not been able to get stops. They've been able to come back, and Pierce has been able to score, get to the free throw line, but they can't get the stops. New Jersey's been tough. All the players are very confident and aggressive.
Walker picks up his 4th. John, for the first time in this game, New Jersey has jumped ahead of Boston in rebounding, 40-38. They're +2.
Well, which is very surprising, too, because usually the Nets are far more aggressive than the Celtics are. One of the things that I noticed the Celtics did a much better job, particularly early in the game, is boxing out and pursuing. The first time they played, the Celtics were absolutely awful in defending the defense at Wards.
Once again, he played at Stanford. He has a twin who plays for Utah, but that twin, Jared, it blew a knee early in the season.
Collins is coming along real well. I mean, they're bringing him well. He gives us solid. He's not intrusive, but he really contributes to this team.
Eric Williams, nice spinning move down low, and Danny, you say he might be their best low post presence aside from Pierce.
Yeah, he's been doing it over a 7-footer too. Collins is not giving up any ground. Eric Williams is making some tough shots down there, which I'm wondering why he's not getting more touches on the post and why Walker's getting so many touches on the block.
It's Kittles launching a 3. Rebound by Delk. Really, everybody is answering the bell for the Celtics except Antoine Walker. All the other players are coming in like Delk and Eric Williams, who puts up a 3 right there. Paul Pierce has answered the bell with his 30, but Walker is just not giving him anything.
Jason Kidd's 2 assists away from a triple-double. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. He had a quiet first quarter. What a spectacular performance by him and Richard Jefferson tonight.
With him, it lies his value. I mean, he understands the tempo of the game. He understands who's hot and who's not. He understands the pace of the game, the break.
Turnover number 17 for New Jersey. Celtics have turned it over 21 times tonight.
And Williams right here, he's given up height and size right there. 2 nice post moves over Collins.
Errant pass by Pierce, vacuumed in by Delk, back to Paul. Bad ankle and all, and he's got 32, a game high.
Well, the good news about Paul Pierce is, he'll be ready for game 3. And that thing's going to be a little bit sore.
There's a foul by Pierce, working on Collins. It's the 3rd on Paul Pierce. The Boston Celtics are in danger of falling behind 0-2 in this best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal. You can see the scores. They got it from Petit. They're getting it from Williams. Delk, obviously, with his 17 right there. It's that guy at the bottom of the list who has struggled mightily in this series. In game 1, Antoine Walker was 6 of 20. Tonight, from the field, 3 of 15.
Well, and he deserves a lot of credit for one thing, that the guy has stayed out there and completely tried. I mean, I just think that in watching him, he's getting no lift. Before the game, he was doing a lot of stretching. Physically, I think he's very limited, but you got to give him at least credit for the fact that he hasn't pulled himself off the court and he's remained out there doing the best he possibly can.
Timeout with New Jersey on top by 8.
Morning. Good morning. Hiring that mascot to promote your new breakfast bar was a great idea.
Yeah.
Cinnamon rolls! Get them while they're hot, hot, hot! Go, 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 go! Get your cinnamon rolls! Yes! Go, 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 go! Cinnamon rolls!
He doesn't work here.
Hot, hot, hot! Go, 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 go! Oh, hot and delicious cinnamon rolls, cinnamon rolls!
Yeah, look what Daddy's got, huh? Yeah. Look, watch Daddy. It's so good. Nummy, nummy. Look, it's good. Daddy likes it. It's good. Whew. It's good.
At least you can count on the Toro Time Cutter Z mower, the most amazingly maneuverable Toro ever.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Still to come tonight on TNT. It's game 2 between the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs. In game 1, Shaq had 24 and 21 before fouling out Tim Duncan, the MVP. 28, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks. Back to you, Kid.
All righty, Jay, thank you. Here it's 99-91. New Jersey on top. Game 1, 37 by Kobe with a nice second half of shooting. And Duncan, his very typical 28, 8, and 7 performance. And Manu Ginobili is outstanding. He is a rookie in the NBA. He is from Argentina, a sensational overseas player in Europe, and thriving in the playoffs so far. The NBA Coach of the Year, Greg Popovich. Under a minute to play. Here comes Tony Delk wheeling into Harris. And a rebound by Jason Kidd. And Kidd now 11 rebounds, 19 points, 8 assists. And a quick foul. It goes on Walter McCarty.
What I want to know is, when are we going to get a sellout here?
Well, they're close tonight. They were only about 102 shot.
Oh, they're more than that.
Danny, they're 102 shot. Kidd.
This team's lacking some crowd's lacking some passion. You know, this is a good basketball team, and went to the finals last year.
Yeah, the defending Eastern Conference champions with one of the most thrilling players to step on the floor. Jason Kidd. They got Martin. They got Jefferson. It is surprising. Delk, quick spin move, and he finds 2 and brings Boston within a 101-93 reach with a half minute to play. Foul called on Delk. Make it Paul Pierce. Here's what's coming up. We'll be in Boston on Friday. And TNT will also have the Monday game at Boston and the Wednesday game here in New Jersey. If they go further than that, we'll let you know. Kidd. 30 attempts from the line for New Jersey, 25 of 30. 25 attempts from the free throw line for the Celtics tonight, 20 of 25. The Celtics are going to drop 0-2 in the series as McCarty comes in, and he's got 4, his first 2 points of the second half. Foul on Delk. And we talk about New Jersey, their dominance over Boston. If you go back to the 3 straight wins they had in last year's Eastern Conference Finals, they won 3 of 4 in the regular season, those wins by an average of 21 points a game. They're going to go, we think, 2-0 in this series. They will have won 8 of the last 9 against the Boston Celtics. And that is tough for a guy like Paul Pierce to swallow.
Well, Paul Pierce needs a little bit of help offensively. These guys play excellent defense. They struggled against the pressure. They struggle with the three-point shooting, which is such a big weapon for them.
Barnes-Scott has done a good job of coming out of lulls, too, because the momentum shifted in this game a couple of times, and he was able to rejuvenate his team and get them back on track.
We go back to Boston with the Celtics down 0-2 in this best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal. It's going to be tough for the Celtics, but they hopefully will gain new life in the Fleet Center come Friday night. Boston cut the lead to 3, 85-82, with about 6 minutes left as the Nets missed their first 9 shots of the fourth quarter, but the Nets win it with the nice 19-13 down the stretch run. Let's go to Cheryl Miller.
Richard, in game 1, you guys were able to force Boston into 15 turnovers. Tonight, 21. Talk about the defense, especially in the second half.
Well, it's kind of like once you see what affects them and the way you have an advantage over and you try to capitalize on it. So we picked up our pressure more in this game and it really helped us out.
You know, in the third quarter, you guys were up as many as 16 points, but they were able to crawl back into it. Concerned that you guys are not are letting guys get back into the game?
Well, it was definitely a concern to us because they started catching fire. Paul Pierce started going, but you know that shows the resiliency of this team to come in regardless of what the run is, but they can come in and continue to play.
You know, before the game, we were talking about the comments made about Jason's wife, and you said that the team was very upset. You're headed back to a very hostile environment. Are you guys more motivated to get in there and hopefully steal a game?
I won't say we're more motivated, but you know, it's different when you're in a hostile crowd. But when you have somebody that's respected, well respected throughout the community, saying comments like that, then it's a little different. That really ticks us off. But when you have drunk fans, people are just out there, you know, that pay $100 to say whatever they want to say to you, that's a little different.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's send it back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Cheryl Miller. And so the East now looks like this, with New Jersey up 2-0 on the Boston Celtics. Special thanks to Mike Burks and Lonnie Dale. For Danny Ainge, John Thompson, Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you in Boston on Friday night.